everyone, I'm Sofi Morales and this is Sofi's Tips. Today we're gonna do one of my favorite homemade desserts, a marble cake in the air fryer. It is a very easy recipe, very easy steps to follow with ingredients that you probably already have at home. Let's get started. But before we do, don't forget to subscribe for more tips and videos like this. For this recipe, I use a lot of spatulas, so I'm gonna try these ones that were sent to me by You Taste. From what I can see, I really like them. I like the color, I like that they're heat resistant, and I like that they are dishwasher safe. So let's see how they act in action. The first thing that we're gonna need is 160 grams or 3/4 of a cup of unsalted butter at room temperature. We're gonna add this butter to the mixer and we're gonna mix it with the paddle for around 2 to 3 minutes till we see that the butter is light and fluffy. Halfway through the mixing of the butter, I recommend you stop the mixer and use one of the spatulas to scrape the sides and put it all in the center again. This will help you to have the butter really fluffy. The next thing that we're gonna add to the mixture is 200 grams or 1 cup of sugar, which we're gonna add and mix for about 2 to 3 minutes till we see everything homogeneous, meaning that it's only one mix. Now, this next step, I like to do it in a separate bowl just to take care of my mixture. Sometimes eggs can be a little bit tricky, and some of them, if you open them, you might crack an egg and leave some of the shell. So I do this on the side and then I add it to the mixture. We're gonna open 3 eggs that are a medium size, which weigh about 180 grams. And we're gonna add 2 teaspoons or 10 grams of vanilla extract. We're gonna whip it really well and we're gonna add it to the mixture little by little. We're gonna have the mixer on in a low speed while we add that mixture. And after we finish adding that mixture, we're gonna do a medium level so it all becomes an emulsion, meaning that you see only one mix. You don't have to see the separate parts of the butter and the egg. Next, in a separate bowl, we're gonna strain 175 grams or 1 1/3 of a cup of all-purpose flour, 3.5 grams or 1 teaspoon of baking powder, and 2.5 grams or half a teaspoon of salt. We're gonna mix these dry ingredients and then we're gonna add it to our mixture. For these, I recommend to start on a low speed because some of the dry ingredients may blow up. And then you can put it at a medium level till you see that everything is incorporated. Now you wanna make sure that this is around maybe 2 or 3 minutes, no more. Otherwise, you might overmix and it can generate gluten, which gives you a different texture on the bread. With this, our mixture of vanilla is ready. Now we're gonna do our chocolate mixture. In a separate bowl, we're gonna add 25 grams or 1/4 of a cup of cocoa powder, and we're gonna mix it with 60 grams or 1/4 of a cup of warm water. You're gonna mix it till you see that there's no difference between the powder and the water. It becomes a homogeneous mixture. And to this chocolate mixture, we're gonna add 1/3 of our vanilla mixture, and we're gonna mix it well till you don't see a difference between the vanilla and the chocolate. Now that we have both mixtures ready, we're gonna prepare our loaf pan. You can use any pan that you like, that you have at home and that fits your air fryer. For me, this one works and it is a pound cake size. My loaf pan measures 7.5 inches times 4 inches times 2 inches. To prepare our mold, we're gonna add some butter to it, all on the sides, at the bottom, even on the sides, on the top, everything, because the mixture grows and we want it serves for 2 things. One, we want it crispy on the outside, it gives it a golden brown, and also it's gonna help us to separate the loaf once it's done. A tip that I give you that I really use when I use these types of pans is I cut out a piece of parchment paper of the size of the bottom of the pan, and then I put the pan, the paper, and then a little bit of butter up top. Next, we're gonna preheat our air fryer. You can use any air fryer that you have. For me, the one that works is this Chefman air fryer. I'm gonna give you the program and the times, temperatures, everything for this one. But if you're using another one, don't worry. I'm gonna give you the temperature and I'm gonna give you the time. Also, in the end, if you used another pan, another size or shape, I'm gonna tell you how to know if the cake is done. We're gonna preheat the air fryer using the bake function and the cake option at 305 degrees Fahrenheit or 152 degrees Celsius for 5 minutes. If you're using any other air fryer, you preheat at 305 degrees Celsius for 5 minutes. Now, this is where the fun part and the creative part comes. We're gonna use both mixtures to add to the pan, and you can use any strategy that you want to get those figures inside that marble cake. For me, what works is I put a little bit of the white cake and then I put a little bit of the chocolate cake, and I kind of do it one and one, and I use the different spatulas to make shapes between every layer. One tip that I give you is that you have at least 2 spatulas for this process, preferably 3, because you're gonna use one for the vanilla, you're gonna use one for the chocolate, and you're gonna use the third one to kind of make the shapes, and it doesn't matter if it gets a little bit dirty with both colors. This will help you to have nice shapes inside your loaf, and it will give you a little bit of a finer shape rather than having just the mixture blended. After we have our mixture in the pan, it's ready to go in the air fryer. We're gonna bake our loaf for 55 minutes using the same program that we used before, the bake program cake option at 305 degrees Fahrenheit or 152 degrees Celsius. And for any other air fryer, you're gonna select the temperature, 305 degrees Fahrenheit or 152 degrees Celsius for 55 minutes. How are you gonna know that the loaf is ready? There's different strategies. The one that works the best is if you see that it is ready from the outside, you see that it is a golden brown, you can check it from the inside using any utensil that you can pin in and take it out. If it comes clean, it is ready. But if it comes out and it still has some of the batter, then you have to put it in more time. And one thing that really tells you that it's ready is if you look at the size of the pan, and the side of the pan and the side of the loaf are separated, then it is definitely ready. After the 55 minutes, I took out the loaf, and after making sure that it was completely baked, I let it cool in a cooling rack. You have to let it cool completely before taking it out of the pan. To take it out, you can use a spatula to kind of poke around the pan and the loaf, and then you just turn the pan and it'll come out. And don't forget to remove that parchment paper that can be either at the bottom of the loaf or at the bottom of the tray. And to plate, you can either do the complete loaf and you can cut it while serving, or you can make different loaves which someone just can grab when they want to eat it. Here you have it, a marble cake made in the air fryer. It is a really easy and fun recipe to make at home with the family. I really recommend it. It is tasty. You can have it at any time, either as a dessert or maybe as part of the breakfast. Honestly, it's a really cool thing to do because it gives you that what is gonna happen when I cut it. So here I have the one I just made in the green plate, and it is a wonderful shape. But then if you see, I always practice my recipes before putting out the video. This was the practice loaf. It has totally different shapes. So it all depends on the mood, on what you did during the process of putting the batter in the pan, and it gives you really fun shapes to do. Tell me in the comment section what you thought about the recipe, how it turned out. If you want to see any other recipes in the channel, I love reading your comments. And don't forget to like and subscribe to receive notifications every time I post a new video. See you next time. Ciao!